So good morning friends, welcome to Raj Malhotra IAS. So guys, PDF for today's session has already been uploaded on our Telegram group. You can download the PDF. The PDF for today's session has already been uploaded. You can download the PDF from our Telegram group. So here we are connected and live. Pooja, Himanshu, Yaman, Nandini, Mahi, Aarti, Pradeep, good morning everyone. Chetu, good morning. Chaliye. Sufficient number of people have already joined us. Let's see what exactly is there for us. But first of all, a statement by Swami Vivekananda. Kurupali, good morning. So Swami Vivekananda says that never say no, never say I cannot, for you are infinite. All the powers within you, you can do anything. This is the message that Swami Vivekananda has said. He said that mindset is more important here. Now, if you have a mindset of defeat, definitely outcome will be not good for you. So if you have a mindset of defeat, the outcome will be not good for you. That's the message here. So sometimes we have a doubt on our capabilities. Now you have to go beyond that. You have to understand this thing that whatever is there in this world is basically a human creature. This is the world that has been created by a human being. And the point is this, like any other human mind, you also have that potential. Like any other human mind, you also have that potential to shape the world around you, okay, to achieve your goals. That's the most important message that Swami Vivekananda is giving to us. So this is the message that is there for us, that don't think that you don't have the potential. No, it is not like that. We all have the potential. Okay, we all have the potential. We can change this world. We can change the outcome of the things that we want through our effort. Effort is important, and along with that, realization that you can do it. Okay, realization that we all can achieve whatever we want in our life. That's the beauty of this message that you have to understand. All power is within you. All power is within you. Don't think that you cannot do anything, because that will impact your outcome. At the end of the day, your thought process, okay, thought process develops into your actions, and actions will produce results. एक्शन से ही आपको रिजल्ट्स मिलते हैं. So this is the important part here. Okay, this is the important part here. So here, if something like this is going on in your mind, there is a situation of self doubt, then things are going to be difficult. So never have a self doubt in your mind, because all the potential, all the things that are there are coming from your mind only. पूरी दुनिया हमारे दिमाग की ही क्रिएशन है. That's the major point that we have to understand here. Okay, this is the major point that we have to understand here. So this is what we have. This is what we have here. Now let's see what else it is talking about. Okay, so let's see what's there in today's newspaper. So as you can see, Congress to elect its president on October 17. Okay, so they are carrying out the intra-party. They are trying to bring in intra-party, you can say, democracy. But the point is this, it appears to be very difficult, because the whole political party is knitted around a family. Okay, पूरी party एक family के around knitted है. So even if they are trying to say that they will come out with the, you can say like elected party leader, but it may appear so. Okay, it may not appear so. That's the major point. That's the major point. So India refers to Taiwan Strait in multilateralization or militarization. Now, like India is serious about it, that militarization of Taiwan Strait, as certainly it is going to impact lot of things here. Okay, so it is also a message to China that this is what India thinks. It is also a message to China that this is what India thinks. Okay, that's the overall thing here. Other than that, here we are, this thing now. Data protection bill likely in budget session. Okay, data protection bill likely in budget session, and we'll look into this particular thing. So draft legislation will soon be out for consultation soon. This is what IT minister is saying. Now this is the question that UPSC did ask in 2018. So it was related to your data security, related to cyber crime, and said that the Justice B.N. Shri Krishna committee addresses the issues related to data security. What in your view are the strengths and the weaknesses of the report relating to the protection of personal data? So basically, as you can see, the Justice B.N. Shri Krishna committee that was formed, they came out with the report. Now this report is the basis for the data protection bill that 2019 which was brought, and now the government have taken that bill back. Okay, they have withdrawn that bill citing multiple reasons. So we should know this particular point that in the past question had already been asked by the UPSC. पास में पहले भी क्वेश्चन पूछा जा चुका है, तो हमें थोड़ी सी जो है क्लैरिटी होनी चाहिए इस चीज को लेके. Okay, this is the point. This is the point which is there, and like we need to be quite clear about these things. So this is what it was. Now the point is this: why data protection is important in your country? And other angle is this, like what exactly government thinking? What your government is thinking? What was the thought process? What was the thought process regarding withdrawal of data protection bill? Now major thought process was that this withdrawal, okay, major thought process regarding it was that technology has evolved and you need to have holistic, you can say, holistic law which can deal with multiple things including your payment system and all. Okay, तो पेमेंट से रिलेटेड से लेके आपकी प्रिवेसी से रिलेटेड मल्टीपल चीजें यहाँ पे संभालने लायक आपको कानून चाहिए. एंड दिस इज व्हाट गवर्नमेंट इज थिंकिंग. They are thinking that we will come out with a holistic law which will be better position to deal with that type of things, which will be better position to deal with that type of things here. Okay, this is what government is thinking. So other than that, there is nothing much on this particular page. Let's directly move to the editorial section. Let's see what exactly is there on editorial section. Okay, so here as you can see on the screen, so this is the editorial mentioning about the achievements of the outgoing Chief Justice. Okay, and this basically, this particular editorial is a critique document. It is a critique document regarding how Justice Ramanna has performed. So like we cannot, you can say, this particular editorial per se might not be that important for the, you can say, for the exam point of view, but the point is this, there are some really positive things that have been brought in, specifically the issue of freebies. Okay, so like definitely it's a positive thing that the country is debating about it. Okay, and that this debate has not been initiated by your parliamentarians. This debate has been initiated at the end of judiciary. तो judiciary ने ये debate start की है. So it's a really good thing. It's a rational debate that is going on, that freebies definitely they are going to have burden on the fiscal health of the country. Okay, पैसे से related जो मामला है उसके पर जरूर असर पड़ता है इस चीज का. That's the major point here. Other than that, there are multiple things that were done during the Justice Ramanna's time. Okay, but this was the bright spot, you can say. This was the bright spot, you can say. And the point is this, he didn't get much time. Okay, he was there only for 124 days. So that's the problematic thing here. Now, if Chief Justice is going to have less days, then definitely it impacts the efficacy. Okay, because you cannot go ahead with the big projects, big reforms cannot be initiated in that particular time. So this was the point. This was the point. So let's move to the next editorial. Now, Japan's continuing struggle with the gender parity. Okay, so this editorial is basically related to the Japan and the women in Japan, but there is a lesson that India can learn from it. Okay, so there is a lesson for India. Now, the point is this, earlier we were having this thought process that if you have high income, that high income will itself develop into gender equality. Okay, that if people will have high per capita income, then definitely it will facilitate, it will help in eliminating other problems that are there in the society. But Japan is a developed country. Okay, Japan is a developed country, but that developed country is figuring quite poorly when it comes to gender gap index. तो इतना डेवलप होने के बाद भी जेंडर गैप इंडेक्स की जब हम बात करते हैं, जापान जो है वो काफ़ी पुअरली फिगर कर रहा है. दैट्स द मेजर पॉइंट हियर. ओके, तो ये सबसे बड़ी खराब चीज़ है. सो इट मीन्स दैट इकोनॉमिक प्रोस्पेरिटी मे नॉट ब्रिंग द पॉजिटिव रिजल्ट दैट यू वांट, स्पेसिफिकली रिलेटेड टू द सोशल नॉर्म्स दैट आर एग्जिस्टिंग. तो हमारी जो सोसाइटी के सोशल नॉर्म्स हैं, यू हैव टू डील विद दोज पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स. सो इन इंडिया पैट्रियार्की इज देयर. ओके, so if we think that just by increasing the income we can deal with the patriarchy, so it is not going to happen. You have to change the mindset of the people. That's the important point. That's the important lesson that we are learning from here. So as they are saying that investing in women's education and health may have limited impact if it's a society trapped in gender norms. That's the important message here. So earlier what we used to think that invest in education for women, invest in health for women, and it will automatically improve the situation of women in the society. But the point here is this might not be the game, because gender norms are also important. Those norms are to be changed here. Those norms are to be changed here. That's the important message that we are learning here. Now here in Japan there are some data that is in there in front of you. So they had like lowest total births in 2021, like only 8 lakh people, 8 lakh children, like it was there. Okay, Japan also ranked lowest among the developed countries in the World Economic Forum Global Gender Gap Index 2022. Now first of all, this is the information that you should know for prelims, not the ranking of the Japan, but that the Global Gender Gap Index is released by World Economic Forum. ठीक है, इतना हमें पता लग गया. अब the two statistics are connected by one factor, gender norms. Usually we associate low gender equality with the poor developing countries. That used to be the thing. Okay, that used to be the thing. So earlier that this was the thought process that all the problems that are there in the world are basically there in the developing countries. But no, it is not like that. When it comes to gender inequality, it is quite prevalent in the developed nations as well. And this is the classic example of this. Okay, this is the classic example. Because the society norms are like this, that women are supposed to be homemakers. That's the major tag that is attached to the woman. Okay, women are homemakers, they are caregivers. That's the, you can say, major thing that is there. So this has impacted lot of things here. Now the point is this, Japan is quite low when it comes to the providing leadership to women. There are very few women in the leadership role. It ranks below 130 when it comes to women in parliament and women as senior officials and managers. So only 10% of the Japan's parliamentarians, they are basically women, and as compared to 30% of the G7 countries. Okay, Japan has not had a female head of the state in past 50 years. That's the record. Okay, that's the record. And other thing is this, that this scenario shows that like despite the per capita income and the gender and the other things, it is not a guarantee for gender equality. जरूरी नहीं है कि आप पर कैपिटा इनकम बढ़ा दोगे तो जेंडर इक्वालिटी आ जाएगी. कल्चरल नॉर्म्स आर आल्सो इंपॉर्टेंट एंड यू हैव टू एड्रेस दोज थिंग्स. You have to change the cultural norms, social and cultural norms. They are also important. Now, it is not easy for that. You have to sensitize the people. Okay. You have to sensitize the people through education, through awareness campaign. These are the additional things which are required. Okay. So education that we are imbibing, that also covers this sensitivity lesson for the people as well. Now in Japan there is a common term that is referred to one's wife as kanai, that translates into one inside the house. Okay, kanai means one inside the house. Official workers in Japan is often referred to as an salary man, not salary woman. Again, a gendered term. Okay, again a gendered term. So these are the things that are there, and like it's a very difficult journey even in Japan. That's the point here. So it won't be that easy as may appear to you. Now, other thing is this: most of the women, they are engaged in part-time or low-paying jobs such as secretaries, assistants. Okay, like mothers returning to the labor market receive a tag mommy track. This is how you can say discrimination may start. So these are the things that are there. Now there are less than 5% women in the middle management. That's the major angle here. So we may be thinking that the picture is really green in the developing countries, but it is not so. Picture is really green in the developed countries like Japan, but it is not so. This situation is really very grim. And the point is this: at present there are a lot of things that are happening. Okay, so there are low marriage rates that are there in the Japanese society, and this is leading to the stagnation of their policy population. Okay, उनकी population पूरी stagnant हो गई है. Like people, they love to remain single, because as singles are more interested in renting the house rather than owning a house, so it is impacting the real estate market there as well. वहाँ की रियल एस्टेट मार्केट भी बहुत ज़्यादा यहाँ से इस तरीके से इम्पैक्ट आ रही है. ओके, सो दिस इज हाउ थिंग्स आर, एंड पीपल आर नॉट स्पेंडिंग ऑन द हाउस होल्ड आइटम्स. ओके, and all these things are going on. Okay, so it's a really alarming thing. It's a really alarming thing in Japan that people are not getting married and all. So that's why their population is also not increasing. Yes, so here we are connected again. There was some network related issue that was going on. Okay, so the buffering has stopped now. चलिए. Now, corporates owning of a news house, basically it will definitely impact the freedom of press. Okay, this is the major point here. It definitely impacts the freedom of the press, because the editor can be, you can say, forced, can be manipulated, can be instructed by the boss. Another point is this: these days political plus, you can say, corporate nexus, it is very strong. So that's the another concern here, that this particular development may be used to pressurize the anchors and the editors who are there in the NDTV. Okay, so that's the point here. That's the point here. So this particular editorial is mentioning about the whole case, and we have to wait and watch how things will turn up. देखना पड़ेगा कि कैसे चीज़ें आगे बढ़ेंगी. Okay, this is the point that is there. Now we'll move to the next part. आगे चलते हैं. Well, let's see what else is there. Now concerns around Aadhaar voter ID linkages. Okay, see, Aadhaar authentication, why it was used. Basically this idea is to completely eliminate, okay, eliminate the fake voter IDs that are there. That's the point here. And other angle is this: we want people to have only single voter ID, because what happens, multiple people in this country, they have multiple voter IDs. Okay, तो बहुत सी ऐसी जनता है जो डबल वोटिंग करती है. ठीक है ना? Double voting in the sense that if they are living in Maharashtra for some years, so they will get a separate voting ID for that, and if they are living in, like, their native place is of UP, they will have a separate voting ID for UP as well. एंड देर आर पीपल हु मे बी कमिंग आउट विद ट्विन वोट्स, वो महाराष्ट्र में भी वोटिंग दे रहे हैं और यूपी में भी वोटिंग दे रहे हैं, वोटिंग करते हैं. So that's a major concern here, and this is how the government wants to eliminate the duplicacy. Government कहीं ना कहीं duplicacy को remove करना चाहती है. Okay, that's the major point here. So this is what they are saying, like there are instances of block officers mandating linking of Aadhaar with voter ID, but I already told you the reason why it is being done. So this basically idea is this, like if you are why you want to do this, because you want to eliminate the duplicacy that is existing here. Okay, बिल्कुल ये exist कर रहा है, but the major concern is this: if someone is failing to link Aadhaar with the voter ID, then the voter ID could be cancelled. Now if this is the scenario, if someone is not having Aadhaar, does it mean that you are taking away his voting rights? So right to vote that is being given to the people of this country in the constitution. Okay, so are you going to take back that particular right? That's the major concern here. So it is important that we understand this thing, and the government should also be, department should also be quite sensitized that if even if the people may not be able to produce Aadhaar, still their voting right should not be impacted. That's the major lesson that we have to understand here. And other point is this, like this campaign is going on. Okay, so government saying that like linkage of Aadhaar will the voter ID will ensure that only one voter ID is issued per citizen of this country. एक वोटर आईडी इशू होगा. ओके, एंड अदर पॉइंट इज दिस, देर इज फॉर्म 6B which provides the format in which Aadhaar information may be submitted to the electoral registration officer. Okay, that's the point here. Now option to submit other listed document is accessible only if voter is not able to furnish their Aadhaar number because they do not have an Aadhaar number. सो दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. अगर कोई अपना आधार नंबर नहीं प्रोड्यूस कर पाता तो क्या आप उसको उसका राइट टू वोट ले लोगे वापस? दैट्स द पॉइंट. एंड इफ समवन इज ट्राइंग टू डू दैट, ओके, इफ समवन इज ट्राइंग टू डू दैट, देन इट इज अ सीरियस कंसर्न. सो यमन गोस्वामी सेइंग सर, इफ पीपल हैव मल्टीपल आधार कार्ड, नहीं मल्टीपल आधार कार्ड, हाउ कैन यू फेक बायोमेट्रिक्स? just think about it. Biometrics, how can you fake biometrics? That's the point here, na? So why this Aadhaar verification is preferred? Now both private and the public sector, they have this verification idea that Aadhaar should be used. There are multiple reasons. देखिए, first thing is that Aadhaar has almost universal coverage. Now 99.7% of the people in this country, they have the Aadhaar card. That's the point. Other thing is this: Aadhaar allows biometric authentication. Now biometric authentication, it is quick, it is reliable, it is more quick, cost effective than the other thing. ठीक है ना? So this is the reason why this Aadhaar authentication is quite popular. Okay, so this is how things are, and I told you about this thing that you have these ideas, but problem can also be there. Okay, problem can also be there that Aadhaar only is a proof of residence, not a proof of citizenship. That's the point here. Okay, that's the point here. Other thing is this: estimate of error rates in biometric based authentication differ widely. Now if there is an error, okay, अगर कोई error हो गया verification में, now in that case will you take away someone's right to vote? किसी का right to vote ले लोगे क्या आप अगर कोई error हो जाता है गलती से? Okay, motivation status, yes, हर दिन पढ़ाते हैं हम. So as per the Unique Identification Authority of India, Aadhaar based biometric authentication had a 12% error rate. इट इज क्वाइट हाई. 12% का एरर रेट हो रहा है तो काफी ज्यादा है ये. ठीक है ना? तो मतलब अलार्मिंग चीजें हैं ये. दिस इज क्वाइट अलार्मिंग. दैट्स द पॉइंट हियर. ओके, दिस इज क्वाइट अलार्मिंग. एंड स्पेसिफिकली देयर इज अ डाउट ओवर योर प्रिवेसी इशू. प्रिवेसी को लेके यहाँ पे सीरियस डाउट है. दैट्स द अदर मेजर एंगल हियर. ओके, सो दीज आर द थिंग्स दैट वी हैव टू वर्क अपॉन. तो पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव हैं इसके आधार के भी, तो ये पूरा सोच समझ के हमें अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. That's the major point here. Other than that, the cyber threat to mobile banking, it is increasing. Okay, see, there are multiple reasons for that. One is this: the digital users are also increasing. Okay, तो पहली चीज तो ये है कि digital users, their number is increasing, and as it is going to increase, so is the cases for attack as well. तो वो भी साथ के साथ increase होंगे. ठीक है, चीजें साथ साथ चलती हैं. आइसोलेशन में कुछ भी एग्जिस्ट नहीं कर सकता है. This is how it is going to be. And other thing is this country doesn't have a data protection law. So we don't have a data protection law. Again, a major concern for us ये भी हमारे लिए मेजर कंसर्न है. ओके, the point is this, we have seen multiple times that banks and all, they don't report साइबर अटैक्स. बहुत से ऐसी देखा गया कि ये अपने साइबर अटैक को रिपोर्ट नहीं करते हैं. व्हाई इट इज दैट? बिकॉज लाइक क्रेडिबिलिटी क्राइसिस हो जाएगा. ओके, अगर यूजर को ये पता लगेगा कि देयर डाटा इज बीइंग लीक्ड, तो यूजर विल नॉट विल नॉट हैव बैंक अकाउंट. ओके, तो ये प्रॉब्लम है, ठीक है ना. दैट्स व्हाई दे डोंट शेयर देयर दिस इंफॉर्मेशन दैट देयर बैंकिंग सिस्टम हैज बीन हैक्ड और एनी अदर थिंग. तो ये एक मेजर कंसर्न होता है यहाँ पे बैंक का. ओके, स्पेसिफिकली इट्स नॉट अ गुड प्रैक्टिस, बिल्कुल भी ये गुड प्रैक्टिस नहीं है, ठीक है जी. दैट वाज द पॉइंट. अदर देन दैट, like let's move to the next part now. To boost self-reliance, Rajnath releases third indigenization list. Okay, so basically, so they have set a timeline for the import ban of 780 crucial equipments, and all this is being done with the idea of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay, तो ये चीज़ है यहाँ पे, and it's a good thing. It's a good development. Specifically, you cannot become a global power if you don't have a domestic production unit. अगर आपका global power बनना है तो domestic production होना ज़रूरी है. Okay, so if you cannot achieve that status if you don't have a domestic manufacturing unit for your equipments, defense equipments, that's the major point here. Other than that, Modi ji urges people to fight against malnourishment. Okay, so here we have a message from the top leadership. So he is asking about this thing. He is saying that we have to use technology, we have to promote public participation. Okay, and like this is the part of Poshan Abhiyan. तो पोषण अभियान यहाँ पे चलाया है गवर्नमेंट ने. ओके, एंड अंडर दैट्स द मेजर एंगल. लाइक विदाउट टेक्नोलॉजी एडवांसमेंट और विदाउट यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी एंड विदाउट पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन, you cannot expect things to change quite early. Okay, so it's a really handy thing that we have technology and people participation. That's the point. Now September month will be declared as Poshan Mah, nutrition month मना रहे हैं यहाँ पे. Okay, so basic idea is this month will be used to create social awareness regarding nutrition, okay, among the people of this country. And then like they mentioned about the Purn project Sampurn. Okay, project Sampurn, that's the program in Assam, in which the mother of healthy child meets the mother of malnourished child every week at an Anganwadi center and discuss the information related to the nutrition. Now this is important for your prelims, you have to note it down. Okay, so ये एक तरीके से प्रोजेक्ट संपूर्ण चलाया है, where mother of healthy child will meet the mother of malnourished child. Okay, that's the point here, that's the point here. And let's move to the next part. आगे चलते हैं, देखते हैं और क्या खास है. So on this particular page there is nothing much, कुछ खास नहीं है. Now working on a comprehensive legal framework, I already told you about this particular point. They are saying that the data protection bill 2019, it was quite inadequate. Okay, that was quite inadequate, but here we have this government effort to come out with a comprehensive legal framework that will be one solution for multiple things. पेमेंट से रिलेटेड आपकी प्रीवियसी तक सब एक लॉ में डील हो जाएगा. This is what they are trying to achieve. Okay, that's the reason why they took that law back. And other than that, that law itself had nearly 82 amendments. जो पुराना कानून था उसके अंदर 80 amendments suggested थी. Now in that situation, it was advisable to have a full-fledged new law itself. तो इसीलिए उन्होंने नया कानून लाने का सोचा है. ठीक है, that's the major point here. Other than that, there is nothing much. Now with multiple border sub disputes, India China for a rocky period. Okay, so this is an interview of Kevin Rudd, the former Australian Prime Minister, and what he thinks about the China's aggressiveness and other concerns here. So he is saying that like Xi Jinping is quite different from others, and he has like number of things which are in his favor. One thing is this: the balance of power is changing in this world, where US and China, like militarily, economically, technologically, they are now competing with each other. Okay, तो ये अब एक दूसरे के साथ compete कर रहे हैं. So things have changed. Other point, they are saying that like the person as a means Xi Jinping as a person, he is not status quo type of politician. He is interested in bringing change. Okay, तो वो चीजों को बदलने में विश्वास रखते हैं. That's the major logic that China is assertive these days, and they want to change the present situation. whatever present situation is there domestically as well as the globally. This is what Xi Jinping wants to achieve. Okay, that's why the stance of China is not going to change. China will remain as it is. Assertiveness is going to exist. India and China, they are going to, they will, there will be continuous conflicts within both the countries. They will be dealing with these things in the next decade at least. अगली decade तो ऐसे ही जाने वाली है, हम लोग लड़ते ही रहेंगे चाइना से. That's the major point here. Other thing is that India is trying to balance with the help of Quad. Okay, India, Japan, US, Australia. Quad is a good initiative to balance China. AUKUS is a different thing. AUKUS has the military component. As well as European Union and NATO, they have also changed their posture towards China. So the point is this: things are changing in the world. Okay, things are changing in the world, and the countries world over, they are serious about China. Okay, they are serious about handling China now. That's the major point. Okay, वो major point है यहाँ पे. So that's the calculation that everyone has to keep in mind, even the Chinese. So other than that, US warship sailed through Taiwan Strait. Again, all these things are symbolic. Symbolic in the sense it's a message. It's a message to China that if they try to do something militarily, then definitely there will be consequence. And this shows the determination of United States. कि यूएस कितना डिटर्मिंड है टू हेल्प ताइवान. दैट्स द पॉइंट. Pakistan seeks aid as flood claims over 1,000 lives there. Okay, so this time, like it has been raining quite. You can say many. India is also facing this problem, specifically in the mountainous areas. So Pakistan is majorly facing this problem, and 1,000 people have been killed because of the floods that are there. Okay, so this is what was there. Now Pakistan is letting US drones to use its airspace. This is what Taliban is saying. The point is this: Pakistan will allow to do so because Pakistan needs money from IMF. तो पाकिस्तान को पैसा चाहिए IMF से, and IMF has, you can say, influence of United States. Okay, तो कहीं ना कहीं this is how give and take takes place. So they may be helping, you can say, US in carrying out their attacks, and in return they will get money. That's the point here. Okay, that's the point here. So 2021, yes, बिल्कुल we have entered a multipolar world. बिल्कुल हम multipolar world में चले गए हैं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. तो multipolar in the sense that there are multiple powers. Okay, आज की दुनिया को multipolar क्यों बोलेंगे? Because there are multiple powers. India is there, China is there, Japan is there, Germany, US, you can say France, UK, etc, etc, etc. Many countries are quite powerful. It is not just about one country or two country dominating the global politics. सब लोग अब powerful हैं. That's the point here. So other than that, there is nothing much in this on this particular page. So that's it for the day then. Thank you very much.